Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. Hey, everybody. It's so good to be back. Who's this guy?
Hello.
Who's that guy?
You know, I did such a poor job hosting our co-hosting last time that I was not asked to come back for a long time, but here I am. I'm ready to help out in any way possible.
But so. you've been going to co-hosting night school, and you've been sharpening your skills for live streaming on YouTube.
I have, but I also do a morning show on the radio. So night school for co-hosting actually happens about like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But,
okay, yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for co-hosting. For those who don't know, this is my co-host on the radio. I do a morning radio show, so whenever you're seeing this show, I've been up since 4 in the morning.
Yes. Shall
Great
I play
show.
the sounder? Here's the voice guy.
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
No, yeah. We're still walking up the intro. You know how that works. Okay.
Gotcha.
So, on this show tonight, lots of great fun stuff, including a visit from Kentucky State Senator Whitney Westerfield. He and I hung out yesterday, and I flew through the state capitol with the DJI Avata, and it was flawless. I thought I'd have to do it a few times. We're just like, hey, you want to go down here and do that? All right, take one. Boom, done. It was amazing. Really? Yeah. I got a little bit of footage to share with you. Plus, we've got some viewer videos today that will run the gamut of human emotions. You will laugh, you will cry, and then you will cry tears of joy.
Really?
Yes.
That much emotion packed into one little show.
It's almost too much emotion.
Almost.
Are you able to handle this?
I don't know if I can, because I get very emotional, but, you know.
You do. But it's going to be all right, because we also have the weekly Bow Shark to kind of level things out.
Awesome.
All that plus news. And you've just eaten Chick-fil-A tonight, have you, Jason?
Yeah, I've been down the hall to Chick-fil-A. I'm coming to you from the radio station tonight.
Yeah, and where is the radio station?
It's located inside a mall, and we've got Chick-fil-A right down the hallway.
Yeah, so there might be a little bit of gassiness tonight. If you're listening with headphones, you might catch a little bit of the gassiness.
You never know.
You never know, because he doesn't hold it back. If you listen to our morning show, by the way, if there's any moderators that want to put our streaming link for the radio station up there, that'd be cool. That way, you can pop on some headphones and listen to 100,000 watts of Jason's gas. But first, we have to keep the lights on with our favorite sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Pigeon Jerky.
Enjoy Pigeon Jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy Pigeon Jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow.
Yeah.
And it's full of fiber to make them go.
Here we go.
You'll enjoy Pigeon Jerky.
Yes.
Pigeon Jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. Yeah. Thank you, Pigeon Jerky, a fine sponsor since 1980s and everything.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Really good.
Jason, what is new with you?
Really nothing. Nothing. I don't have anything new. I'm pretty boring, Ken. You know that.
Well, for people that don't know, and Jason here, he is also a pilot. We're all pilots, but Jason is also kind of a pilot. I mean, we're all pilots, us strong guys, but he's also kind of a pilot as well. Tell me what kind of pilot you are.
I'm a manned aviator. In fact, that's why I learned to fly and why I got my pilot's license, because I'm terrified of dying alone. So.
Oh God, that's real dark. Is there going to be more of that?
I don't know. I've got more jokes though.
Oh, good.
You
do have jokes. Let's get the first one.
Let's get the first joke. All right.
Yeah.
How do chickens communicate?
I don't know. How do chickens communicate?
By using foul language.
Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad. How come you don't use that on our radio show? That's good stuff. Don't waste it all here.
You know, I did have a really funny joke that I was going to tell you one time. It was a joke about time travel, but you didn't like it, so.
That's one of my favorites. So, just a few things to talk about before we get into the rest of the show. I am going to Texas Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Going to Texas. Why am I going there? to visit my dear sweet father and to get my Mazda tuned. Yeah! Yeah!
See now,
Which one did I arrange first?
Well, I would think that you arranged the visit with your dad first because it's Sunday and no shop is going to be open on Sunday. So,
well, we're leaving Sunday,
Monday, Tuesday.
The appointment is Monday.
Oh,
these little boutique Rotary shops, they're hard to get an appointment for. So very excited. That's in Houston, Texas, by the way. There might be time to meet some Houstonians. Houstonites? What do you guys call yourself?
I think it's Houstonians. I think you're right about that.
Houstonians? Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Man, I really the weekly bow chart is really, really good. But I do have
is. He always packs a lot of passion into that.
He is
He is. That's why he's right there on my wall, right there behind me there.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Bow chart's on your wall.
Yeah, he is right there.
Look at that. That's awesome. I do want to talk about Fly High FPV. Is he in the chat? Fly High? If you haven't seen his LEDs for drones, they're mostly for FPV drones because you hook them up to the battery. He's got 6S, 4S. The 4S are 12 volts, so you can use them on anything. And I did. So here's me using them on anything. Oh, thanks, Ken. Yeah, I'm just here in the bike hangar. And I wanted to show you something else that you can do with your Fly High LEDs. Let me just turn on this switch here. And yeah, I'm not done. Man, they're bright. But the ones on the bottom, they don't hang down. You can barely even see them under there. These are my old ones in the front. You can see they've been there for like 10 years. I'm gonna switch them out with the Fly High ones. They're super bright and should run a bunch of cars off the road. Yeah! You can use the 4S 12 volt ones and then cut them to fit and put them wherever you want, man. Back to you, Ken. Oh, thanks, me, from earlier with worse hair. If any moderators can want to put Fly High's stored link up there, that'd be really cool as well. Should we get right into the news? I know Jeff's standing by.
Is he standing by?
He's actually sitting by.
I look to be in the seated position.
So let's go ahead and get into the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Let's head over into the drone newsroom where Jeff Sills is standing by with an ass load of drone news. My gosh, there's a lot of news.
An ass load.
Your ass is filled with drone news, is it not? Yes, I can see some of it hanging out. Tell us what's going on.
All right, so to start the things off, DJI has found several of their drones that are approved for remote ID. So as of today, 7 drone models have been approved by the FAA for adequate compliance with the remote ID rule. Those drones are the DJI Mini 3 Pro, the DJI Avata, the DJI Air 2S, the DJI Mavic 3, the DJI Mavic 3 Cine, the DJI Matrice 30 or M30,
Cine, yeah,
and the DJI Matrice 30 Thermal or M30T. Those drones, straight out of the box as they are right now, are approved as adequate under the remote ID rule.
So they have the hardware, and I guess once they figure out what they need to be transmitting and all that, then they can just do a firmware update and turn it on. Because right now we have a choice to have it on or off. I guess that choice will be removed later, will it not?
Well, the specific says that newly manufactured versions of these drones will comply with remote ID rules with no further action required from customers. They will ship with the notation ASTM F3 41122RA RIDB on the regulatory label attached to the aircraft. That confirms that they are approved by the FAA and will comply with remote ID rules by downloading. And so operators already own those particular drones that are listed. They'll be able to comply with the remote ID rules by downloading a free firmware update from DJI's site at a later date.
Sounds simple.
Yes, absolutely. Now, it's worth noting, though, that DJI is seeking FAA approval for additional drone models, which will be posted on the FAA website as they're approved. So this group may grow as DJI continues working with the FAA to get that approval. And then, obviously, they'll make firmware updates available for, if they're older models, to be compliant.
Yeah, innovation outpaces legislation, as I always say. And so... You know, these drones are going to be ready to rock, but they're going to keep pushing back all this FAA stuff until they get their heads out of their...
It happened in the manned aviation world, too. You know, they had ADS-B for many, many years before they ever actually rolled it out as a requirement. They kept pushing it off because they just weren't ready for it yet.
How many years was it pushed?
I don't know. Jeff may know. It's at least 3, I think.
Yeah, no, it was definitely 3 or 4 years that they pushed it before it was ever released. So, all right. So DJI is not done yet because they unveiled the new portable commercial drone series, the Mavic 3 Enterprise, recently. These drones have some impressive specs and additional price tags attached to them. So to start this off, the Mavic 3 has a 48 megapixel camera with a 1.5 inch CMOS sensor, as well as a thermal camera with a display view of 61 degrees and an equivalent focal length of 40 millimeters with 640 by 512 pixel resolution. It also comes, if I'm not mistaken, with a mechanical shutter, 56K zoom camera, and a 45-minute flight time. All of this can be a whopping capability for you. If you get the basic combo, it's $3,628.
You know,
and if you get the Mavic T with the protection case and everything else, that's $5,498.
You know, a lot of people watching are like, "Oh, I'm the hell with that," you know, but that's really police departments and people that are already using the matrices for search and rescue and things like that.
These are corporate level drones. These are drones that'll be purchased by businesses or companies, etc.
But you're thinking I wouldn't pay that much for a drone, but if your county buys one, you're kind of buying it anyway, aren't you?
Yeah.
Aren't you? Wink.
Now,
with old taxes.
Yeah. So these also have the RTK modules available for them. They have the mobile stations available for them. They have the speaker systems available for them. So there's a lot of accessories that are going to be available for these that will, I guess, make them more enticing to those businesses and especially the police departments and the emergency services.
And they'll be smaller, so they'll be harder to shoot down by rednecks.
Yes, of course.
Well, unskilled rednecks for sure.
Right.
All right. So now we're going to take a step into the future. Flying 3D printing drone technology is now something that is being developed, and this could be the future of construction.
Okay.
This is a 3D printer on a drone. In fact, it's the first time 3D printing like this has ever been achieved by a free-flying robot. A group of scientists and engineers were inspired by bees and wasps who work together to deposit material and create large yet intricate structures. They envisioned a future where swarms of drones like these could be used to build houses or emergency shelters in remote areas. But effectively combining 3D printing technology with flying robots was an enormous challenge. So the researchers used scanning drones, which fly in with a camera and scan everything that's been printed so far. This information can then guide the printing drones to exactly the right spot. They designed them to be semi-autonomous, able to adapt to changes as they're building. During this test of a scaled-up build, the team virtually tracked the drone's paths to show how a group could efficiently print large structures.
Just a quick question. I'm on the fence. Wow, where do we go? is this stupid? I think it
No.
might. I think it might be stupid because okay, all right. So wouldn't it be cheaper just to hire a bunch of dudes to pile bricks up? Okay, maybe I'm not thinking about it right.
Think about it this way. Look at places where you don't have access to that workforce, or look at places where you want to build these things and you need the simplicity of being able to use the drones to be able to do it. Obviously, these things are not going to be building mansions and and things of that nature, but the simple fact that they could make small huts or things that could be used in wilderness environments or in areas where you normally wouldn't be able to build a house.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're. By the way,
there's a lot of interesting applications of this that we haven't thought about, that I'm sure once the technology comes available to general use, as we've seen with drones, there's going to be some guy out there that's going to think of something that we never thought of. I can build this, and you're going to be like, wow, that's cool.
Okay.
There's going to be a day when they take when 3D printing is going to be the way you make parts for different things. It's just going to be someday when instead of going to a parts store or going somewhere where you buy stuff, you'll download a blueprint or that somebody has made and you'll print it. I don't know. I see this
They're doing
as being pretty exciting. They're already
they're printing human organs.
Really?
Yeah.
And there's companies that have 3D printers that will cut through metal, and they'll sit there and basically 3D print metal objects and stuff.
But I tell you what, I don't want a drone 3D printing a new heart for me. Sorry. No. It's a little wobbly. Let's get it more.
All right.
Maybe that's just your flying. I don't know.
Right.
Well, speaking of a little wobbly, Senator Mark Warner recently visited a Christiansburg drone delivery facility.
Oh, yes.
This is at the cutting edge of one of the new industries that's going to change our life going forward. And I think let's put it like this, if it can be done in Christiansburg and Montgomery County, it ought to be able to be done anywhere.
Senator Warner also got the chance to experience drone delivery as a customer by placing an order of tuna and water from a nearby venue.
Next up, tube socks.
Do they have delivery in your area yet, Ken? Because I have several thousand people that are ready to send you socks.
Look,
the deluge of socks in Huntington, Tennessee is going to be amazing.
Walmart will be calling corporate. Why are we running out of these dorky tube socks? I don't know.
Yes, absolutely.
And it would be hilarious. Let it rain tube socks over me. I say, bring it, because it won't happen. It's not going to happen. Because I get emails. I get emails from people all the time like, well, they're doing it in Des Moines, Ken. So there. What do you think about that? Well, they did it in Des Moines for a few days as a promotion to say, look what we can do. And then, are they still doing it? The answer is no, they're not.
No. I have my credit card ready for the minute that Huntington, Tennessee shows up on the list of places because, sir, I am getting you some tube socks.
Okay.
So recently, Russia dodged a major bullet, apparently. One of the Russian naval bases in Sevastopol had an invading drone that showed up on their shoreline. This was a drone boat, apparently. It was explosive laden, apparently some sort of a suicide drone. But the problem is that authorities, as well as those people on the internet, have not been able to trace this to any particular country or group or anything like that. There's nothing on this. This is the first time any one of these things has ever been seen. Because it had, I guess, a stealth type of technology, the Russians did not detect this thing. It just accidentally hit the shore. So
I know where it's
probably
from.
More of these out there.
Well, I know where it's from and who made it. The drug cartels. Because because you've seen these exact type of semi-submersible boats running drugs in Florida and Mexico. That's what they're doing. That's what that is. That is a drug boat.
And whatever this thing was, that I don't think that they're sending explosives in their ones that they do from the drug boats, because when they towed that thing out, and destroyed it. The explosion was insane. It was definitely loaded up with
must
explosives.
have been loaded up with meth or something. Why are you laughing? Have you never seen a drug boat like this?
I've seen drug boats, but the thing is that I don't think that is a drug boat. I don't think that thing.
Any boat is a drug boat if you're putting drugs in it. All right.
Okay. Speaking of boats, you guys teased the crap out of me when I did a story a while back about drone boats that were going to go into hurricanes. And they had like sails on them and stuff. And you guys were like, this just isn't going to happen.
Who teased you? I never said
that. Recently, Hurricane Fiona had one of these drone boats go into it. And this is the footage from that drone boat as it was in the storm. This thing was surviving 50-foot waves and destructive winds. But it was able to not only bring back the footage from the inside the hurricane, as well as collecting a lot of very important data that they were able to use to either track information about where it was going or the conditions of the hurricane, if it was getting bigger or stronger. But that drone made it back.
Wow. Can we make houses out of that material?
I'm incredibly impressed with the success of that, because I mean they've been flying planes, crewed aircraft into hurricanes for years to be able to get this data, and now they have a drone that they can send out and it can get the same basic information that they need. I think it's just a great thing. So that hats off to them for a very successful deployment.
And if you put drugs into it, then it's a drug boat.
Oh God. Okay. That's gonna be the thing, ladies and gentlemen, for today's show.
Okay.
So pray to God I do not have any more boat stories. Thankfully, the next one doesn't. A federal grand jury recently has charged 2 men for illegally flying drones over an NFL and Major League Baseball game in Seattle. The indictment for Dalen Dobry, 24, and Travis Lenhoff, 38, stems from 2 separate drone incidents involving the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cincinnati Reds.
Is this the one? Is this the one that we had video for? Where that that was a Bengals game, wasn't it?
I believe so. It was on January 15th of this year.
Okay, yeah.
That Dabney flew his drone illegally over the stadium during the game.
That's the one. Here's the thing about, and Jason, you can back me up on this. The U.S. government, they're slow, but they'll get you. You think they forgot about you. Those guys are like, hey, we got away with it. Cool, let's post it on YouTube. Nope. It may take them half a year, but they'll get you, man.
Well, so
Eventually.
each of the defendants was charged with operating an unregistered drone, which has a federal crime punishable by up to 3 years in prison. Dabney is also charged with violating a temporary flight restriction, punishable by up to an extra 1 year in prison. So these guys are definitely going to see some time for what they did. It was not a smart thing to do.
Didn't they read the sign? They put signs up. Be a good sport. Leave your drone at home. That's pretty plain.
The thing is that you would think that they would read the sign, but then recently, as of just now, the Atlanta Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks had a football game that was delayed in the fourth quarter because of a drone appearing over Lumen Field. Yeah, both of the Seahawks and the Falcon players were told to go to the sidelines as the drone issue got figured out, and it took them a while to, I guess they just had to wait for the drone to leave. I don't think they had anything there to incur the drone or stop it from flying. But yeah, they actually stopped the game while they worked on trying to figure out the issue with the drone.
And what teams were playing in that?
That was the Falcons and the Seahawks. Now
the what? The Seahawks and the
Falcons.
what?
No.
Falcons?
No.
No.
And
what is a
no. What kind
of creatures are those? The Seahawks and the Falcons have something in common. What is it, Jeff? What is it, Jeff?
How many times?
What?
I was almost done. They're birds.
They are birds, aren't they?
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird.
Yeah.
Bird, well, a bird is a word. Well, a bird, well, a bird's a well, with a bird, bird, bird. My bird's a word with
What you drinking there, buddy? What you got, Jeff?
This is called Firefly, which is sweet tea mixed with vodka.
Can I guess something? I guess
No.
you bought that bottle because it reminds you of your favorite canceled sci-fi TV show
Yes.
of the same name. Yes? Firefly? Yes? Firefly
Yes,
fans?
absolutely.
Anyone in the chat?
I'm a huge Firefly fan.
All right. Well, the news, we have a lot of news. Let's get back to it.
I'm going to try to get back to this. So, Jen Hale explained that the drone was from the University of Washington's athletic department, and that it went rogue after losing connection. I was trying to finish.
We're still on the other story. Oh,
I was almost there, man.
now, Jason could tell you as a professional broadcaster that you probably should have moved
When
on
you
to the
find
next.
it out, you move right on.
Yes, you find that out and you move on.
Transition.
Yes, transition. What's the next story, Jeff?
Usually with the transitions, you hear something like.
He told my story.
Yeah, no, hold on. Hold on, I got something.
All right.
You're about to hear the next story right here.
There you go.
All right. St. Louis drone startup was selected recently to join the elite space program.
Yeah, they were, Jeff.
St. Louis startup Wingspan was chosen out of 600 international companies to join a program called TechStars in Los Angeles. That program focuses on aerospace technology, working in a partnership with organizations like Space Force and NASA. The drone they created can fly for 2.5 hours, compared to current ones that can fly for about 20 minutes. And it can carry more weight, which allows it to use more high-tech cameras.
That's really cool.
Yeah, very neat stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Now that one had wings on it, right?
Yes.
So it was it didn't operate like a normal drone.
Let's explain to Jason what a drone is.
Yeah. Well, I know what a drone is, but I just thought that it had remarkable similarities to a drone that I learned about from Ken that he really liked. So.
Oh no, that's not a VTOL, and that's not a foamy. That looked like good solid carbon fiber.
Oh,
that would break my teeth. All right.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay. So next in the news, a futuristic state-of-the-art drone called the Silent Ventus recently conducted a test. Now, this is a drone that you wouldn't think would be really exciting about traveling for 4.5 minutes. But this particular drone is a silent drone. So the noise level from this drone is 75 decibels, which is less than the previous 90 decibel set by their test drone. What's interesting about this is that it uses ion propulsion. This is not propellers.
It was making a lot of racket. That's why I muted this video because it was too noisy. And this is supposed to be silent?
It's designed to be less noisy.
Oh, okay. So what is making the noise on something like this?
Well, I mean, it's charging. Electrons are being charged positively through an ionization of oxygen and nitrogen molecules in the air, which then creates the thrust that allows this to fly.
Okay.
Now, previous versions of this, as you're showing there, previous versions of this were 90 decibels, and they weren't able to fly for an excessively long period of time. The new version is able to fly for a bit longer, and it's 75 decibels. So this is technology that is evolving.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with it, because
it is interesting, but it kind of looks dangerous. Can you pee on it and not get electrocuted? That's my question. Can you pee on it and not get electrocuted?
Do you pee on your existing drones?
I've peed on an electric fence by mistake once.
That's your business. You don't pee on a drone, though.
Okay. It just looks.
Okay. It
looks dangerous. All right.
Yeah, I want to lay out some facts. I mean, if you have a sudden urge to piss on your drone, that's a whole different question right there. Okay.
I have to admit that's the most profound question I've ever heard Jeff Sills ask. Do you pee on your regular drones? That's. I think it's a fair question.
I just got a whole couple dozen ideas for future videos, but Anyway,
Are
Jeff.
things just, are things just whizzing through your mind right now?
Dude, don't do it, please. Dear God, for the sake of your audience, please do not do that.
All right.
I mean, after all, Jeff, this is a internet stream.
Oh God, I have two radio people on the same line at the same time. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming out to the Chuckle Hut tonight. Try the veal. All right, Jeff.
Next in the news.
Yeah.
Dramatic drone footage recently of the erosion of Kanapali Beach raised a call of action.
Let me warn viewers before I play this. There is some extreme hotness in the very beginning of this. Be warned. All right? All right, here you go.
Climate change experts say this erosion is the worst they've seen in recent history.
Told you.
Drone footage by Tiare Lawrence show Friday's high tide, revealing temporary barriers to mitigate erosion.
Just afraid of more of these temporary solutions that clearly do not work.
Right now is literally the time when it's most affordable and easiest for us to engage and managed retreat. Figuring that out is a problem, but we're not the only community in the world that has this issue. Literally every coastal community does.
Residents like Lawrence stand by Fletcher's call to retreat.
I'm going to need to put on some sunscreen next time I watch that because I got a little burnt from that hotness.
Oh my God. All right.
Yeah. That was good. That was good drone footage. That was good.
Next in the news, researchers studying volcanoes have been using drones now for assistance for quite some time. Now they're going to be using the drones to collect samples of the discharged volcanic gases that would reduce the risk for researchers to actually go up and manually get this. This will help them by predicting disasters that might be awaiting people living in the proximity of these volcanoes. Eruptions are, impossible to anticipate with absolute precision. But using the drones to be able to collect this information in real time without having to wait for a guy to walk his butt up there and walk all the way back can assist not only the. I know you can. I know
what?
You're waiting.
What?
You're waiting.
What?
I know it.
Jeff, you cannot say discharge of gases without. You can't do it. Jason.
There's not enough alcohol to do this news. I'm gonna tell you right now, the bottle's running out, man. Come on,
Jason, back me up on this. Right?
I was actually in favor of this whole story because collecting that volcanic discharge can be a pain in the ash.
In the ash. Yeah, nice. Yes. So they're gonna. All right.
No.
They're gonna fly up there. They're gonna gather up the volcanoes. Gas right when it erupts, right?
Yeah, and they'll use that information to be able to more accurately predict possible eruptions.
Now, is Spock going to be involved in this?
No.
Isn't he from Vulcan? He's a Vulcanite. Was that too far? That was not. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. Let's move on.
All right. So recently in Antioch, the police have released footage showing a 55-year-old resident who was firing his rifle at a police drone while they were part of a December 10th standoff. This was something that went on for a considerable period of time. It didn't end well for the gentleman involved, but the simple fact was this guy actually walked out, and they had drone footage of him walking out on his driveway and just opening up on the drone. And surprisingly enough, he didn't hit it. Wow. So there you go. But yeah, so once again, it proves the point that using these drones in these tense situations can be extremely valuable to the safety of the police officers involved. Yes. And I highly recommend that they use this more often to be able to prevent officers' lives being put in jeopardy.
Absolutely.
Use a drone.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Just had an idea. I'm serious with this. And they probably have it. Do the police have drones that will shoot a net at a perp that's running away? Instead of just tracking him, just shoot a net at him, right?
They have net firing drones, and there was a gentleman that actually created a taser firing drone, but I don't think the taser firing drone passed the muster in the sense that I think that the lawyers and stuff got a hold of that one.
Lawyers,
but,
yeah.
But the net firing drone is something that we've seen used against other drones. I could see that it could easily be turned around and applied to use against individual on the ground, as long as it's non-lethal, and that's the key element.
Non-lethal.
If you have non-lethal technology, it's a very high probability that you will see drones be able to incorporate that.
If they have a drone that fires nets at running perps, and also has a camera, that's a channel.
That's a channel right there.
I would watch that all day. I would. Ken, what are you doing? I've been binge watching the Net Perp channel, the Net Perp drone channel.
They would call it policeperp.net.
Oh, yes! Man, he's coming with the comedy. He came with a full clip of comedy today.
All right, so we've talked about the fact that on Mars there is a drone that is flying around. The Ingenuity helicopter is a technology demonstration that was testing the first powered flight on Mars. Recently, we got this video footage of flight from the Perseverance rover that was a horizontal distance of 94 meters.
So cool.
A maximum altitude of 10 meters.
Yeah.
A maximum speed of 4.75 millimeters per second, and a duration of 55.3 seconds. Now, this is a drone being piloted by people from NASA on another planet.
This is so cool. This is what a concept.
I can't wait for them to apply this to future missions and fly farther, fly better, have better cameras, you name it. It's just going to make the exploration of Mars that much more impressive.
It's really going to be disappointing when some redneck Martian shoots that down with his rifle.
Bleep blorp. I saw him. He was filming my wife, bleep blorp.
My wife was sunbathing.
My wife was Venus bathing.
Yeah, Venus bathing.
There is not enough alcohol to get through all these stories. I'm going to tell you right now.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, more of this. Hamilton County Sheriff Department plans to retire all of the helicopters as flying dinosaurs to expand their drone program.
Drones like these are around $20,000 a piece. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office is hoping to buy 7 more next year to help with everything from missing children to accident reconstruction.
She's getting rid of the department's 2 helicopters, which cost $3 million a year just to operate.
The drones are a fraction of the cost of a helicopter.
The sheriff's office currently has 7 drones, which are operated by deputies and can be stored in the trunks of their cruisers.
Those drones can take pictures, they can zoom in, they can do so many things a helicopter can't.
Drones can fly 400 feet high, which makes them practically invisible and perfect for covert surveillance, hostage situations, and security. Deputies also use drones for accident reconstruction to create 3D images of an accident scene, which can be sent directly to prosecutors. Corporal Matthew McCordy says that's a big change from how they used to diagram accident scenes.
How we used to measure scenes was with a tape measure and a rolling measuring wheel.
County commissioners seemed very supportive of the drone program when the sheriff spoke to them at a meeting last week.
That's cool, but Jason. Jason, do helicopters really cost that much?
That's what I was going to say. $3 million a year just to fly them. I mean, I guess if you're flying it a heck of a lot. But
they're flying those things daily. Upkeep, maintenance. You have the certification that you have to do. You have fuel. You have to pay the pilots. You have all of that stuff included.
Yeah.
So I will say that that's a reasonable thing. But that drone, Ken, what was the CC rating of your motorcycle again?
It's 1,000.
Yeah, that drone's not going to be following a 1,000 cc motorcycle when he runs from the cops. You
No.
still need that helicopter for situations that a drone can't do. So
Or-
I'm sorry. The idea of
And
getting
also
rid-
a battery life as well. You know, how are we going to get the footage that goes on for hours when the next, next person runs?
Well, look,
drives away?
still need a helicopter.
Well, sure. But
Get rid of one of the two helicopters, but don't get rid of both of them and just switch to drones. You're going to half your capabilities.
at least they're making an effort to try to save taxpayer money, right?
I agree with it, but I just think that getting rid of helicopters altogether is not a smart decision.
Mm.
There are things that a helicopter can do that a drone can never do.
Right.
So, all right. So, needless to say, we want to kind of reach out to those of you that are drone pilots and explain to you that retrieving your drone does have risk. So, a Belgian pilot recently was killed by being hit by a train when they were attempting to retrieve their drone from a track. A drone pilot, don't have the name or any information, in her early 40s, had gone to trail a drone that had crashed on the railroad tracks at Walloon Brabant, which is a town in Tbilisi. And they had a party that was going on there, and she was filming the party. Her drone crashed. She went to retrieve the drone. She didn't hear the train and got killed by the train when she was trying to retrieve her drone. So pay close attention to your environment. I know that finding your drone is a very big thing, but sometimes just letting it get killed or letting it crushed, let it get crushed.
Jeff, before you move on to the next story, can you hold up your cup there, your glass?
It's not finished yet.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
Is anybody else detecting a little bit of a slur?
Oh, it's a
A little bit, right?
I'm
Up next is drone news. I don't know, some guys in the railroad tracks, and what were we talking about? Oh yeah, hello.
There you go.
All right,
Poor Jeff.
what do we got, Jeff?
You go to Dairy Queen, they flip the drinks over. So
Did you
go.
just chug that?
I just chugged that. Because the last drone story is absolutely fabulous.
Okay. What is it?
Absolutely fabulous.
Drone residents claim as drone deliveries.
Pull it together.
Are driving them
Pull it together,
mad.
man. Pull it together. You're a newsman. Pull it together, Jeff.
All right. Anyway, drone residents claim drone deliveries are driving them mad because of the noise.
Very noisy indeed.
The service started as part of a global trial, with more retailers getting on board to get their products in the sky. Popularity soaring because users only have to pay for the cost of the goods.
If you feel like, sausage roll, you just order a sausage roll, meat pie. They do like toothpaste. You can order a pancake mix, so you get that with some syrup. It's just like, why not?
It's gone too far. Here's another one now as we speak. I can hear it. There we are. There's 2 in a row. Look at that. Look at that. There's 8. 8 in an hour.
Like a modern-day smoke signal, we followed the flight path, leading straight to Dale Carter's place just around the corner.
So I just ordered a can of soft drink. I think it was a Fanta. So this will be my 6th order today.
Taking off from the local shopping centre and arriving within a couple of minutes.
So yeah, here it comes now, actually.
The delivery dropping right on Dale's driveway.
Order 916 as well, so that's, the crazy part about that. There's a lot of people that seem to use it. We crack that bad boy open. Can of drink. A nice little bottle of water. The sound can be a bit harsh, but I mean, I'm kind of used to it. I don't see much of a problem with it when, you got the road over there, you hear cars and trucks, it's no different.
But his neighbours don't all agree. Sean Bridgewater lives just up the road.
So it's just annoying working from home. The sound doesn't really end apart from when they stop doing it at the end of the day.
I think Dale's kind of a douchebag. Did he say he was on his 900th order? He does it
916 orders.
He
ordered a can of Fanta.
6 a day? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's going to be some abuse to this. That was ridiculous. I mean, I have to say that's ridiculous.
Is this is just in a neighborhood where they're doing this for testing purposes or whatever? Because
No, that drone that's the Wings drone. That's the one that they're using for like Amazon, etc. That's the Wings drone, and it's not quiet.
That's the one that's going to bring the tube socks, Ken.
Yeah. Well, this must be in a country where there are 0 lawyers, right?
No.
All it's going to take is one time for one of those cardboard things to drop a can of soda on Dale's head, and Dale's going to own the drone, right?
Crockett said it best. There's going to be those tube socks.
Hey, you know what surprises me the most about the story, though, is where it's in the beginning. Ken did not pick up on the fact that the anchor there was trying to be all cute. She said,
"Oh no, believe me,
the noise level is soaring."
I know. I have a running pun count in my head, and
yeah.
Starting next week, I will make a visual count of all these, because this drone delivery business is looking up. Hey. Yeah. But douchebag Dale. I'm sure it didn't take a drone for his neighbors to figure out what a D-bag he is.
Oh, it probably did, because he probably didn't come out of the house before then. He just stayed playing his video games and eating Hot Pockets,
You're assuming a lot about Dale.
But
you're
he needs
probably
a Fanta.
Correct.
Just one, not
Fanta.
6. One.
The drone can't handle that many Fantas.
I don't know it to be true, but I'm guessing that he's got a recliner with a toilet in it. That's just what I see from Dale. Agreed?
I'm also guessing that he does a lot of dreaming about losing his V card.
Yeah, Dale won't be ordering a lot of lube delivered by, or maybe he will. Anyway, Jeff.
All right, I'm getting out of here before this goes any farther.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
I keep forgetting we have a senator watching.
A distinguished gentleman.
A distinguished
I know
gentleman.
him to be a distinguished man. So.
Sorry about that. Let's see. All right, so I have mastered the art of Skype.
Great.
So there will be no troubles. What's your third best joke that you have?
My third best joke. Well, do you know why oysters don't donate to charity?
I don't know. Why don't oysters donate to charity?
Because they're just shellfish.
All right, let's bring things back to the light by
right.
playing, before we call Whitney Westerfield, Senator from the state of Kentucky, let's play something from Chris Hope. Everybody knows Chris Hope. I think he's in the chat. He writes to me, Ken, have a good show tonight. I believe I have the right Thursday this week. I had it happen to me last Thursday during my live sunrise flight. He films every single sunrise that happens in Texas.
Wow.
So he got knocked out of the sky, and there's something that I'll play, and you tell me what you think it is.
All right.
I think it looked like bird poop. But
bird poop?
Yeah, this is...
Would that be enough to bring you down?
It depends on how big the bird is. But check out this crash.
Let me turn up the EV a little bit, so I'm going to blow y'all out a minute. There's the boat ramp. And if you look on the shore, you can see buzzards. There's probably about a dozen. So when I bring it back, I got to pay attention this morning. This old boy's fixing to go out. We'll give him a little chase, and I'll get a little lower as I get away from the bank.
Here it comes.
I don't want to get around them buzzards too much right now. Mike Kenny, good morning, man. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you, buddy. Brother Bob, I think I
watch the center of your screen.
Say hello to you, sir. I appreciate it, and thank you for the stickers there, young man.
Yeah.
Looking forward to getting them.
He's doing this live shot from, this is in Texas. See it?
Oh, I saw it.
What
yeah.
was that? Did y'all see that fall? I'm looking at the drone. I don't know what that was. It looked like drone's coming down, guys. I've lost it.
Oh, wow.
Bye.
Listen to his commentary. Listen.
Well, a buzzard hit it. It's still running in the water. I can't believe it.
Wow.
Listen.
No boat chase this morning, but it's been interesting, hasn't it?
How about that? Chris Hope.
Yeah.
No cuss words, right? The first thing out of my mouth would be the F and S and C and everything, all the bad words that I can think of. Yo.
Not C.
Yeah, the A-bomb. I would throw that out there. But seemed like his heartbeat never got above 110 BPM there.
Wow, yeah, he was pretty calm about that.
Kind of leads me to think that maybe Chris Hope is a sociopath.
Well, let me tell you, I think you have a better odds of that than he does.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm probably just a skosh of a sociopath. But thank you very much, Chris Hope, for sending that in, and please email me and let me know what happened with that. I have noticed that there seems to be, and we're going to bring in Whitney here in just a minute, but there seems to be a little bit of a super chat train, which I desperately need. Thank you, everybody, for donating to this channel. Remember, you can become a member and you can gift memberships too. You just go to the link below this video where the memberships are, and then click the 3 little dots above, and you can donate. That way, people who can't afford $1.99 a month can get gifted a membership to this channel. We're looking for 10 tonight. And I want to thank all the early adopters. I got all my Robs. They donated. Thank you, Drone Rob. And Rob Muller. And Andy in there. And Rob Aviano. Thank you all so much. And let's just go right through these super chats here. Because, I'm only doing this stream bi-weekly. I'm bi now. So please use the proper pronouns. Leonard Oglesby, thank you very much for the $20. Appreciate it. He says this might help the end of the month survival. Absolutely. Thank you, Leonard. By the way, are you, for some reason, driving the fire truck instead of the Mazda? No. I made a couple videos with the fire truck as I was transporting it back from Minefield. Do you know that fire truck? If you went to Minefield, it was there for over a month because the ladder was stuck up. Those ladders are always stuck up.
It was either there, A, because things were going well, or B, because things were not going well. And it was the latter.
The latter was the latter, indeed. K-Dub from the future. What up, K-Dub? $10 from K-Dub. Howdy from DFW, Texas. Great show, great channel. Dallas, Fort Worth. Awesome. I'm going to be in Houston in a couple of days. Thank you very much for the support. Media Mike, $10. Good evening, Ken and Jason. Looking forward to a great TNL. Hopefully it's already happening as we speak. Thank you, everybody, for being members. So far, no new members tonight. Ken Torbeck, $5. Thank you, buddy. I said to my wife, your underwear is much too tight and very revealing. She replied, wear your own then.
Oh.
Thank you. And Legwork, Bill, he says, he's from the UK. He says, tune in to WJLI. The news sucks now, but the rest is okay. You want to tell everybody what that's about?
Well, we used to have a young lady that did the news, and she was a dedicated mother, but not necessarily a dedicated news person.
Right.
And that's
that's right.
I wouldn't expect anything different. You have to be dedicated to your children. So.
Exactly. And we wanted to find someone else with an English accent.
Right.
And we got Bill for a while, but his accent turned out to be too English. You can OE. You can over English.
I guess. I liked Bill. I thought Bill was great.
Bill is awesome. But the boss wanted a female. Unless you can grow some ovaries there, Bill, we're done. Arco Drone Solution, thanks for the $10. Prayers for the Hurricane Ivan victims. Yes, I did want to mention this very quickly. I talked with Jason Shappert, whose business is in Ocala. I think he lives near there. He told me in a text, he said he had 4 feet of water in his house.
Oh, wow.
But he was going to get the drone out. So apparently the drone survived, and he's going to get some footage. Maybe we'll have some footage to share on the next TNL. Also, I spoke with Ken Dono. He escaped the brunt of it. I think, didn't Tampa escape most of that? Tampa
I know Tampa Bay got sucked dry, but it was it wasn't as bad there as they expected it to be. So,
Arco Drone Solutions, thanks for the $10, man. Appreciate it. And so far, again, no new members. No pressure. No pressure. You're not hurting my feelings or anything. No, I'll be all right.
Oh, no.
I'll be all right. If I had pearls, I'd clutch them. Ken, a.k.a. 40po. Hey, thanks for the $10. Appreciate that, buddy. He says, to Jeff's bottle refill fund.
Jeff needs it.
Yeah, he does. Man, he downed that thing pretty quickly. Keith, $5 from Keith. D&D aerial views. Glad things went great. Sorry I couldn't make it. Yeah, Keith was supposed to hang out with me and Senator Whitney in Kentucky, but he had a flat tire on the way there, and he couldn't make it. On his way home from helping with the fire truck video, by the way, he hit a deer, ripped the whole front of his car off. So, I don't know, who has worse car luck, he or I?
I think he does.
I think
Sounds
he
like
does.
it.
Yeah, I just hit a fox.
Right.
Look, Mama Drone. Hey, thanks for the entertainment, and thank you very much. Appreciate that. And $5 with a little animal running. And Tom, what is that? Tom tonight. Is that a new mineral? Tomtonite. This frying pan is non-stick thanks to new Tomtonite coating. Thank you for the $5. Ken, you should get someone from the group called Storm Point on the podcast. They do a bunch of search and rescue stuff. Really, really cool guys. Yeah, I want to go out with like storm chasers or rescue people again sometime. It was a lot of fun. Barkley, 107 drones. $20 from Barkley for not breaking someone else's drone. I haven't done that in a while. It's been a while since I broke somebody's drone. And Philip Koshat. Oh, there's Koshat all over the place. Thanks for the $5, buddy. It's been a long time. Ken and Jason, 2 radio powerhouses. That's right.
Yes.
Tune us in and rip the knob off. And Northern Tier FPV, thanks for the $10. Hi, Ken. Great show as always. Jeff needs a bigger bottle. Yeah. He needs a box of wine with a big straw in it, like a sippy cup. All right. So, let's go ahead and get into the next phase of the show. And that would be
next phase.
Our guest, which is Senator Whitney Westerfield, standing by. Let's bring him in as Jason tells us a funny joke.
Well, Ken, did you know what happened when the hurricane hit? Everybody's talking about the hurricane hitting Florida. Did you know what happened when the hurricane hit Alabama?
No.
It caused $10 million worth of improvements.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. You take that back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not funny. We have people in Alabama watching, man. What are you doing? This is all over the world. What do you think? We're on our little podunk 100,000 watt radio station? Come on now.
Sorry.
You take it back. Sorry, Alabamans.
All right. I've got another one. I've got another one to cleanse ourselves with.
Let me apologize to Alabama real quick. Alabamans, I am very sorry for what Jason said. If you ever figure out how to use the internet, then you'll be mad. I can say that because I live there. Just kidding. I kid because I love. All right, one more as we bring in Whitney.
All right, what is the difference between a lady in church and a lady in the bathtub?
What?
All right, what is the difference? The lady in church has hope in her soul.
Good God, man. Anyway, hey.
The lady in church has...
You're going to have to stop watching the stream, Whitney.
Good God, man.
You're going to open up a hole in time. Are you there?
Took me a second there.
Hey, welcome to the show, Whitney Westerfield. Thank you, sir. You doing all right?
Doing well. How about you?
He doesn't seem excited to be here, does he?
Well, he's a senator. He's very cerebral.
Oh, that's right. He's very. No, he isn't. He's the coolest guy ever. He let me fly a drone in the Kentucky State Capitol building.
Yeah, I think y'all are going to like the footage. I haven't seen it yet, but I hear tell that it's really nice.
It really is. The Avata takes great video. I have a clip that I can share. Do you want to share that clip right now?
Oh, I think that would be lovely.
All right. So it was yesterday, right? That I was there? Yeah. Yesterday.
It was yesterday.
I know. It seems like so long ago. It was a 10-hour drive for me. But here is Whitney flying the Avata outside.
Oh, dear.
And I've run this through gyroflow stabilization. You can go around the other side of the building, too.
That's what I'm doing. I'm sort of doing an orbit.
Yeah, but you have the building in between us and the controller, and you see it doesn't drop out at all.
No, it doesn't.
This light is so perfect.
It really is. Does the H, does that mean home?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's you
Yeah, I
fly
see it
towards
there.
the H, and that'll be us.
Dan,
How much time you spend here?
Quite a bit. When we're in session, there's the plant life coming out of the dome.
Hey, see that?
Oh,
We got
geez.
trees growing out of the dome.
Quite a bit. And when I'm coming up for meetings, you know, I pack it in. As legislators, we all get requests for meetings for constituents or groups that want us to consider this bill or that bill or this revenue issue or another.
What's the battery percentage? Down the bottom.
25.
Okay, bring it back.
All right.
Yeah. It'll bring itself back.
Oh, shoot, like it's doing right now. It's just
Is it?
stopped. It's coming back on its own.
18% battery, and we land on the sidewalk here. Excellent.
I tell you what, the most impressive thing for me right now is flight time. I was expecting this thing to be a 12, 15 minute something. You've flown it a lot.
Yeah, we had 2 batteries, and we used them both, but we did everything we had to do today.
Inside and out.
Yep.
I was pretty impressed. Camera quality, at least over the transmission, looks fantastic. I'm eager to see what this looks like post-production. I'm really impressed. Not $700 impressed right now because I love the Mavic 3 I have in my car. But this is a contender.
Can't you get a government grant, to do research on
That's
it?
how we got into this mess. we can just hand money out, hand over fist to people.
Okay, good point. Yeah. So what'd you think of that thing?
I'm going to be honest. I don't want to rain on the parade of your Avata. I'm super impressed with the leveling software, the open source stuff you were bragging about.
Yeah.
Because I remember what that shot looked like when I was flying, and was very much this. The horizon was this or that, and I was not expecting it to look that nice. It looks really cool.
There's I think I have a link as the train goes by. You can hear. I have a link in the description for Gyro. It's called Gyroflow. It's open source software. You can get it, and it works on any video, not just GoPro stuff. Like real steady. But yeah,
well, it looks pretty slick. Your clips will be a lot better, especially when you did go into manual mode and zipped around a bit.
I wouldn't stabilize manual mode. No, but we flew inside the Capitol building with that, and inside the Senate chamber.
You know what I learned today? That
What?
You don't care, but
Yeah.
the Dropbox app on my phone has to be open for the upload to finish.
Oh, that's right.
So there's one video that I shot with the phone that you got from 4 hours ago. The others finished about 10 minutes ago.
Okay,
So,
well, that's fine.
but you now have them all.
Cool. All right. So hopefully I'm
We're
going to
doing
edit.
a little production discussion here. You're seeing the behind the scenes of the very sophisticated editing operation that Ken Heron undertakes every day for your audience.
Talking about this in front of hundreds of people is a lot easier than just texting me later about it. People.
My thumbs can rest.
Yes. You should be pinching that controller, sir. Pinching.
Dude, I can't. No. That I don't know how you can control it.
How old are you again?
I am 41.
Oh, okay, so you're young enough to be of the video game generation. and Jason, your thoughts, if any.
Well, I'm not of the video game generation, so I'm also impressed by the leveling capabilities. I just don't know. I'm also impressed that they're growing trees out of the Capitol building again. I thought they just cleaned that whole thing up.
You've seen that before?
I thought they had that whole thing cleaned up a couple of years back. It was a big project.
So see, the project that the last administration did, y'all didn't know when you tuned in to
I didn't mean to go back to the
you're going to get a
Capitol.
little history discussion here at the Capitol.
Yeah.
We had a cleaning project that the last administration did of like the main box part of the walls and front and sides of the Capitol, but it didn't touch the dome at all.
Oh.
And so now, the rest of the Capitol is nice and clean, but the dome is got mold, mildew, and moss, and as you could see, trees growing out of it. I flew my drone up, I don't know, back in the summer and counted 15 different plants growing between the tile.
Is that why the scaffolding's on it? Why is the scaffolding up there?
Well, they're gonna clean the the surface of the whole thing. You can see the scaffolding doesn't go over the whole dome. I think eventually it will, if I'm not mistaken. At least I hope it does, so they can get to clean the whole thing. I forget what all's involved and what the price tag is, but we appropriated the money. We needed to do it. It's a 100-year-old building, and it needed some love.
Well, I gave it some Avata love, and I will say, for anybody who's wondering, yes, I flew through some of the scaffolding. Not as much as I wanted to. I wanted to fly around that round part, because it's basically a hallway around the whole thing.
If things had not worked out well, though, how would you have retrieved that? That's the rub.
He would not have, is the answer, Jason, to your question.
Yeah.
It would have just sat there. And then he would have been reliant on the state senator here to make a call on a work day and say, hey, reckon somebody can pick that up and pitch it down to me?
Right.
And promise not to tell the media that I had anything to do with it?
Right. It's not my drone. It's this guy, Ken. I promise he'll never be here again. I promise. But, the Avata is really, really amazing. I
was impressed with the battery life. It lasted a lot longer than the little guy. I mean, it's got more heft. I told you that as soon as you handed it to me for the first time. I was expecting it to be a little lighter. But for it to do all the flying that you did with it, it lasted a pretty good while. And the range really is good. I remember, and I told you about this. I've told you this before, Ken, but I had this dream shot. We should have done it yesterday, but we didn't have the House chamber open. To fly from the Senate President's desk all the way to the House Speaker's desk. And when we're in session, if the doors are open in both chambers, you can see from one end of the building to the other, from one presiding officer seat to the other. And I wanted to make that trip, one big long shot. And I tried it. The very first time I ever tried it was with either my Phantom 4 Advance, it may have been an early Mavic, but it was constantly trying to get a GPS signal, getting it, and then losing it. And every time it would lose it, it would, stop and try to reacquire. And so the shot was worthless, and I haven't tried it since.
Yeah, because you have those windows in the roof, and
that was with that drone. You flew and it never flinched.
Yeah, I even flew behind some pillars that were about this close.
The pillars are bigger than that. Oh, yeah, about a foot apart. That's
from
true.
The wall. Yeah. So I'll work on that video and post that tomorrow. But hey, so you can see from the one president's chair to the other?
You can.
You ever tried like a laser pointer? Just...
No, they haven't been smart enough to elect someone as wise as me to be the Senate president.
Oh, are you wanting to be the Senate president?
No, I'm not. I have no interest. We are well served by Robert Stivers, the senator from Manchester, Kentucky. That's Clay County, and House Speaker is a good man too, David Osborne from Oldham County. And to be in leadership, I'm a committee chair, which is a lot of work and an extra commitment of time and being away from family and loved ones and working on legislation. Being a member of leadership, if my kids were older, maybe.
Yeah.
But you got to be gone way too much.
Well, is there any drone adjacent legislation that you've seen in the years that you've been there?
Sure. Well, I mean, we've had, and other states have tried to do it too. We've had a bill. It's been 3 or 4 years ago since it last passed. We haven't touched it since then. But we passed a critical infrastructure bill that designates certain areas as just no-fly zones, so to speak, for recreational users. The bill explicitly only relates to recreational users. And they're the places that you might think of, factories of specific kinds, railway depots, and chemical plants, electric distribution properties, that sort of thing.
So you can...
There's a list. And there are also some requirements for law enforcement. It was sponsored, and she's a friend of mine. She's a former member of the House now. She's moved to another state and retired from the legislature, but she's from Northern Kentucky, and she had a lot of concerns. She's not a drone pilot, but she was very respectful of my love and passion for the hobby. And she was just concerned about abuse from recreational users and from law enforcement or government users. I'm worried about privacy, making sure that the same Fourth Amendment standards that apply to your standard searches and seizures that law enforcement uses would also still apply in the right circumstances to drone operations. We wrote a bill that I think is constitutional and is a reasonable approach to drone operations.
So at the state level, you can make legislation like that. You don't have to consult the FAA or anything like that. You can just be like,
I mean, we could, but they're going to be as responsive to me as they are responsive to you and everybody else. Which is to say, not responsive at all.
Could you introduce a bill for shielded operations?
I could, I guess. It wouldn't trump the federal legislation. They explicitly prohibited it.
They just don't include it. It's not a thing, but
then
you could do it.
I think that's an iffy situation. That's not an automatic no.
Do it.
See, this is where my legislator hat goes off and my lawyer hat comes on.
Yeah.
If they didn't explicitly prohibit it, then you could make an argument that it's not against the law.
Oh, that's very lawyer-esque, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. For all those listening, I'm not your lawyer, and I'm not giving you legal advice. Consult your own attorney, please.
Right.
Void where prohibited, not available in all states.
Don Cole wanted me to ask you, Whitney, how old is your oldest drone? If there's anybody else that has any questions for the senator, let me know. How old is your oldest drone?
So we just moved. I thought it was behind me, but I guess it's in another room. It's my Phantom 4 Advanced now. It's my oldest one. I had an Inspire 1, version 1, but sold that when, 8 plus or almost 9 years ago. I guess 8 years ago. I had bought it, as you all remember. They were like $3,000 or $4,000 drones, those Inspires at the time. I guess they still cost about that, but really sophisticated. You could really make a professional filmmaking run at that because of the detachable lenses and 360-degree gimbal operations. Really fancy drone, and it got a lot of looks. Everybody likes the feet that adjust
go up, right? Yeah.
But when we went to adopt, I sold it just to have some extra funds to help pay for the adoption. So I don't have the Inspire and haven't for 8 years because I bought Res 8.
What kind of stuff do you use your drone for? People want to know.
So mostly I filmed for another YouTuber. Folks, if you haven't, you should subscribe, obviously, to Ken Heron's channel, and surely everyone watching tonight does, but you should also subscribe, if you have any interest in agriculture, to the channel Big Tractor Power. A friend of mine named Jason Hassard here in West Kentucky, here at Hopkinsville, close to where I live, runs the Big Tractor Power channel on YouTube. Got a really big following. And he hires me often to film. That's it.
Good God!
He hires me to film the equipment out in the field running: combines, tractors, tillers, planters, wheat drills, air drills, whatever.
Hold on a second. 396,000 subscribers, and it's just you filming tractor equipment. What?
I'm going to blow your mind for just a second.
I quit.
So this is
I quit.
His channel, and his methodology breaks every assumption about YouTube use that I have ever had. If you and I look, and if all of us watching, YouTube Shorts are on the rise, and they're competing with TikTok, so that short form video is really, really popular right now. His videos, you go look at them. Some of them are 10, 20, 30 minutes long, and it's mostly him standing in a field with a camcorder. He actually, and bless his heart, I love Jason to death. I've helped improve his production value a bit. I've taught him how to put a logo watermark on his videos for exports. But the biggest thing I helped him do, he would have this camcorder before he started filming in 4K, and he would stand out in the field and he'd film the tractor and he would narrate. Now, this is the model 1977 John Deere made in blah, 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 Wisconsin, blah, blah, blah. And he'd know all this history off the top of his head. He knows all about the model and how it differs from the last model. Mind-blowing that he knows all that. But he would say it live to camera while the tractor's doing something.
Oh.
And if he messed up the copy or if the tractor maneuvered in a way he didn't anticipate or didn't want to use, he'd walk back and start over again and start talking again. I said, Jason, film all of it, all the footage you want to go crazy, and record your voice after the fact and save yourself some trouble, man.
Yeah.
Which he now does. But his videos are really long, and people love it. They love it.
Which one of these is one of yours?
Oh, shoot. I wouldn't even know.
Can I guess it's the one with the green tractor, maybe?
So here's another thing. He films in West Kentucky, or all over Kentucky, but he's also got a couple of guys that help contribute in Wisconsin and in maybe Montana or Iowa or both. He travels a bit sometimes. He is a field rep for one of our members of Congress here in the Bluegrass. So when he's not doing that, he's doing YouTube stuff.
Now that's a cool tractor right there. I mean, I gotta watch that. Yeah, of course.
It is. That actually looks like that's plow days.
Whoa! Hold on.
That is me right there.
Stop. There's an event called Plow Days.
If you're near Cadiz, Kentucky, that's Cadiz. Cadiz. That's sort of how it's spelled. Cadiz, Kentucky.
Yeah.
This Saturday, you can Google it and find Plow Days, the Antique Tractor Plow Days, this Saturday, and watch way older than that.
Look at all the people here. This is a whole
plow a field.
Is the tractor community bigger than the drone community? It's got to be.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Are you kidding me? We're in the breadbasket of the bluegrass, my man.
Yeah.
This is a much bigger deal than drones.
My producer.
I can't be there because I'm speaking at a rally at the Capitol there on the grounds on Saturday afternoon. So I'll miss this year's, but last year's. His video from last year's is up, and if you see aerial footage from his Plow Days video a year ago, that's mine.
But my producer just reminded me that I did participate in Plow Days back in college. Sorry, if I don't get the comedy out, Whitney, I will get a tummy ache. Right, Jason? Tell him.
If he doesn't get the comedy out, this is what will happen.
Anyway, so that's cool. So how much of that money you getting from the? How much tractor money you getting? You getting a taste of that?
He pays me by the outing, which is usually in one place. But I'll spend an hour and a half or two running through the batteries at least once. I've got 3 batteries of the Mavic 3. It runs for about 42 minutes per flight.
You need me to renegotiate your contract because I'm seeing 5 million, 6 million views on these things. We need to renegotiate your contract, and I get 10% as the renegotiator. Wow, that's impressive. And please,
he's got a lot of views. It's a popular channel.
Yeah, and please, if you're a tractor guy, I'm not making fun of the tractor stuff. I'm just saying
he is.
No,
he
absolutely.
Clearly just did many times.
Absolutely not.
Before that, Alabama fans, you got thrown under the bus.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe
that was me. That wasn't Ken.
Maybe
yeah. I'm grouping you together.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Now you did mention. Let's get back to the Avata. You did mention, Whitney, that you're impressed by the stabilization. For those who have a Avata and would like to get that kind of stabilization, because it does horizon lock. This is something you do on your computer afterwards. Of course, the Avata has EIS, electronic image stabilization, on board, which looks okay. But I think that'll throw you off a little bit, especially FPV guys, if you're depending on that to fly, because if you yaw and roll and everything, it kind of counteracts that with the 2-axis gimbal and the EIS. So there's something called gyroflow. And what I did, and actually Ken Dono turned me onto this. Thank you, Ken. And I did an experiment. You have to turn EIS off on the Avata so that it has the full available frame to zoom and crop. And I have an example of the before and after of what gyroflow does. So here's that. This is just near my house, and I was filming a train and just kind of racing it. But on the left is the stabilized with horizon stabilization. What it does, it'll zoom in, because I was really giving it the beans here, and you can see.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I just assumed that it would have cropped the image to get that stabilization and borrow those pixels,
It did.
But it doesn't look like it's cropped much.
It does a zoom thing, and you can adjust everything, including the speed of the zoom or everything. But those just little wobbles that you see, just little flight corrections that you're making, that can all be taken out. So you don't have to plop a GoPro on top of your Avata. You can use the camera that's on there. And you can, if some people claim it's got a little bit of a fisheye going on. Here I am. That's what I'm usually wearing every day, by the way, ladies. So yeah, drink it up, drink it in. But yeah, you can correct all that and get some really good looking video just from the camera on the Avata.
Yeah, I did. Solid software.
Yeah,
I've never used it, but the output is undeniably really clean.
What's your newest drone there, Whitney? What's the newest one you have that you use?
Mavic 3.
Mavic 3?
Yeah, which I love. I mean, the camera is fantastic. The zoom is fantastic. I told you, though, my favorite feature is the flight time. It just 30 minutes always got the job done, but you had to have two or three batteries if you're going to be out on a job. I've got 3 batteries for this one, and that is a lot of flying time.
I can't say enough good things about the Avata. The DJI POS, that was, no thanks. Swing and a miss, DJI, but they came back and they knocked it out of the park with this thing because it's a ducted Whoop drone. You can get in the little tightest of spaces. I haven't crashed it yet, but I'm sure I will. But I'm just so impressed with it. And thanks again to Ken Dono for making that possible. Appreciate you, buddy. There's a link in the description for his stuff. So I guess unless anybody has any other questions, I guess we'll let you get back to your senating and your home life there.
Well, it's a pleasure to be on the show again tonight. Good to see you guys both, and I'll be watching for the video. I think y'all are gonna like it. I haven't seen the footage, but I saw what it did, and it should look really slick. And in fact, I'm one of the shots up in the rotunda. And I don't know if you'll use that clip or not, but I'm gonna take my drone back up there the next time I'm in town.
Yeah, the rotunda inside has RGB lighting in the ceiling, which is really cool.
It does.
But on top, when we were outside, that little thing on the top, and I said,
"Yeah, don't ruin it. Don't spoil it."
Okay. All right, you'll just have to watch the video. I flew through it. It was awesome. I did it. I flew through it.
No restraint.
I can't.
No restraint. If he doesn't get it out,
I can't hold it back in.
Yeah, can't do it.
Senator Whitney
Have a
Westerfield.
good night, guys.
Thank you so much for being on. Appreciate it. See you, man. All right. How about him, huh? He's cool.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He
really is. Let me see here. Okay. All right. Now, we've got to get into the viewer videos, which are just extraordinary. But first, here is Jason with another wonderful joke. Knock it out of the park there, buddy.
All right. What does a spy do when he gets cold?
I don't know. What does a spy do when he gets cold?
He goes undercover.
I like it when the co-hosts bring their own sound effects.
I had to have my own sound effects because I knew I wasn't going to get the rim shot from you. So
no, I was going to give you some of these.
Oh,
yeah. All right. we have one new member. Hot diggity dog do. We got one new member.
Very good.
Thank you for becoming a member, William R. Miller. Thank you, William R. Miller.
Very nice. Very nice.
All right. Do you want
and not only that he get the benefit of being named a new member, he's also going to get all that great members content, all that stuff we did before the show. It'll be posted tomorrow. You're going to love it.
That's right.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah. So let's see. Do you want to see a big old bridge or a big old train? Which one?
Have we forgot about my friend with the weekly bow chart? Do we?
Okay, yeah, we we did, didn't we?
See, I've got him right there on the wall there. Like, it's really hard because this is my video is a mirror. And
I know. Listen, whenever people are just here for the Beauchart, whenever I play it, and when it's over,
okay. So
and then they clear out.
I got a bridge. I got a bridge, and
we'll play Beauchart next.
All right, we got a bridge and
Do you want a big old bridge or a big old train?
Well, I just saw the train that you did. Let's go with the big old bridge first.
Big old bridge. All right, this is from Jeepin' Dave. Dave's just out there jeeping all the time. That's why he calls himself Jeepin' Dave.
Jeepin' Dave.
Yeah. So, here's Jeepin' Dave. He says, Ken, here's a video I took with my Mini 2 over Labor Day weekend, just north of Teos, New Mexico, at the Rio Grande. Is it Grande? Grande.
I think it's just
the Rio Grande. Rio Grande.
Yeah.
I'm trying to order something from Starbucks. Give me a Rio Grande. It's the Rio Grande Gorge Bridge.
Oh.
And the music is from Epidemic Sound.
Oh, Ken, if it's not Epidemic, then
it's crap. Yes, sir. That was fantastic.
Impressive structure. Very nice.
That was short, but it was
very pretty.
It was very pretty.
All right.
Now
I want to see the train. Give me the train.
All right. Then we'll do the train, then the Beauchart. Okay.
Oh, okay. All
right. Yeah. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like the Beauchart.
Oh, okay.
All right. So this is from Matthew Kesterson, and what he did is he put a GoPro on the train tracks, and we're gonna get run over by it. This is the 4014 Big Boy that went through Kansas. He says the Exploration Palace here in Wichita commissioned me and 2 other 107 pilots to make a movie that's basically a love letter to Kansas from the sky, and it has some excellent footage. And yes, trees are indeed dicks. He said, I lost my Air 2S to one recently. I love that drone. So this is really cool. I thought this was sped up, but no, this is real time. He's following a train in this cool bridge.
Wait a second. Is that music? It's kind of crap, isn't it?
No, this is Epidemic.
Oh, this is Epidemic. Okay, I was wrong. Wow. Well, see, I got a really big bridge and a train on this one. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Matthew, for sending that in. Appreciate it.
Very nice. I like that.
All right. If you want to send in something, if you want to send in the video to share next time, you can send it right here, kenheronupload@gmail.com, to make sure to include your music source so that I know whether it's the cool Epidemic Sound or some other crap. Appreciate it. And now, let's go all the way up to the Great White North and check out the weekly Beauchart.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jim Beauchart, and welcome back to the Weekly Beauchart. And we'll get started with Uncle Extra Medium with a couple of knee slappers. Did you hear the one about the cross-eyed school teacher? She couldn't control her pupils. I think Michael J. Fox was at my local garden center. I'm 100% not sure if it was him, though, as he had his back to the fuchsias.
Oh, God.
And don't you just hate it when you're watching TV and the commercial comes on and it's the same commercial over and over and over again? Well, not this time. How about a double dose of pigeon jerky?
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meat.
Oh, my.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow.
Yeah.
And it's full of fibers and make them go.
Here we go.
Enjoy pigeon jerky.
Pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meat. Yeah.
And now here's a quick one, because as usual, we are running out of time. I just built my Scrabble set all over the road. I said, what's the word on the street? And on that note, and bye.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much, Mr. Beauchart. It was worth the wait, wasn't it?
It was.
It was worth the wait. Ooh, how about a Would You Ride It segment? We haven't done one of those in a while.
Would you ride it? Okay.
Yeah, these are wacky contraptions that people are riding. And let me just say up front that no, I wouldn't. But here you go. Somebody sent this, and it's just... Now, this was vertical video, but I fixed it.
You fixed it.
I fixed it. Look at that. Would you ride that? That's crazy to do that by trees and wires.
Yeah, there's too much stuff around. But if you're going to ride one of those zip lines, then why not this?
I guess. That's... I don't know. Let me know in the chat. Would you ride that?
If it had like a seat attached to it and I didn't have to hold on to it, I think I could get away. I think I could deal with that. Because what?
You would? Really? Okay.
Yeah. Now, it would... The actual flying part is above me, which I kind of like that. I don't like the kind with the blades that are below me, so I might have to get chopped up if I have to jump off.
Right.
So, yeah.
Speaking of the blades being below you, Jeff, in his drinking, did miss a story about this guy in a hoverboard. Do you see this hoverboard guy?
No.
Have you ever seen the guy that rides the drone? He stands on top of it.
Oh, I did see it. He took a spill. I did see that, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, this guy.
Little turbulence. Yeah. Whoopsie.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh.
I think he hit a little turbulent air, don't you? Watch again. Just before it happens, he... it wobbles like he hit some kind of... Because you can hit wind shear with these drones as well, just like a man plane, right?
Yeah, I guess you could.
Watch. Right here. You see?
Yeah.
I think he hit some unstable air.
Now, if you look back just a seconds before it happened, you'll see the flag in the background.
Yeah.
So he was flying into the wind a little bit. I don't know. But either way, though, he was trying to be all macho. He did this number like, yeah! And then...
Well, I think he was waving to somebody, but I wouldn't... good thing he was over the water, right?
You wouldn't... Yeah, well, that hurt a lot less. Although it still damaged his ego a great deal. And in addition to damaging his ego, he probably isn't going to be able to use that drone again.
All right, we're about to cry, okay? We're about to cry.
Okay.
Now, there's two ways you can cry. You can cry because it's one of the most heartwarming things I've ever seen with a drone.
Okay.
Or you can cry because you've got talons in your face. Which one?
I want to see what Ken Heron considers heartwarming.
Oh. Okay. If you don't get the feels from this,
all right,
then you're dead inside. This is amazing. This is from Daniel Lechel. I think that's how you say his name. Hey, Ken, I asked my longtime girlfriend to marry me today and recorded it with a Mini 2. I was going to ask her, will you be my visual observer for life? The location is north of Bay City on the Saginaw Bay. I got a Mavic 3 ordered coming Friday. Can't wait. Keep up the good work. Keep eating that pigeon jerky, bro. Daniel.
All right.
We're not going to talk over this because...
All right. I'm going to shut it off.
There's some vocals that you have to listen to. Enjoy this magic warm moment.
Are you kidding me? Honey, are you serious? I love you so much. Oh, sweetie. What are you doing?
All right. 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 All Jason, you doing all right?
I'm fine.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't that awesome?
That was very sweet, and also kudos for him. His hands got, he got a little. Good for him.
Leave it to you to ruin a wonderful moment.
No, it was very sweet. It was very sweet.
Very sweet. Yes.
It was.
Thank
the
you.
fact that he filmed it, that'll forever be enshrined in their memory and also in on their hard drive. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
all right,
Jason.
now let's see what's going to make me cry because of talons. I'm ready for that.
Okay, yeah, I want to put some talons in your face.
All right.
Thank you for sharing that very personal moment. We appreciate it.
It was very nice. I hope you don't think I was poo-pooing on your special moment. I was not.
He was. All right,
No,
he was. This was from Tristan Rucker. He says very simply, "Hey Ken, a hawk attacked my drone." And that's it.
Oh.
And then he sent me this video. And there's no sound, but I think you can imagine. Whoa!
Whoa is right.
Let me back it up.
Wait a second. Is that thing still flying after that?
Yeah.
Okay. So bird crap brought down the guy's drone earlier, and this entire bird couldn't bring this one down.
Well, I think what happened was, and hawks are very quick, very intelligent, and very agile in the air. I don't think there was enough frames per second to really tell what was going on there. Essentially, what it did was flew up. It's like, is this food? Nope, it's not food. Went away. I think it just kind of gave it a test tap.
I got you.
And you can tell all that in that split second. That's how fast you have to be when you're a hawk.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much for sending that in. Now, this is
I
an
have
interesting.
to admit, the heartwarming thing was a lot more, teary. I got more emotions out of that.
Yeah. Well, you're really learning how to mimic human emotion. I appreciate that.
I'm trying to get it down.
Yeah. So I love this community. I love having everyone out there sending me emails to alert me to things that perhaps I missed, because I missed quite a few things. And one of the things was, I get, because I'm super handsome, clearly, but people steal my image all the time. I recently had to deal with a channel that stole one of my thumbnails with me on it or something. Again,
really?
Because of the handsomeness, as you can see.
Oh,
yeah.
well, it's quite a draw.
But I got this email from Eddie in New Zealand. This is the guy that let me crash his Skydio.
On purpose?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't expect me to do that. But I did replace it. But he loaned it to me when they first came out. He says, "Hey Ken," I'm not going to do the accent, but you can imagine it's not the accent I'm doing right now. "Hey Ken, good to see you out and about between TNLs." And that's another thing why I'm doing this every other week, because I can get more content. I appreciate the time. I was watching this video, and at about 6 minutes and 16 seconds in, there's you. Apparently in the UK, according to the commentary, helping the UK bobbies. Did you know they'd used your footage? Keep well, amigo. So let's watch this borrowed footage.
The drone was deployed after 2 a.m. when witnesses said that they had seen a man walking away from the scene of the accident on the A16 south of Grimsby, where a car had flipped onto its side. Desperate to find the driver of the car, Lincolnshire police used their drone, equipped with imaging, to search the scene, as offers from Humberside police would search on foot. Within a few moments, the drone managed to find the driver unconscious in a 6-foot deep ditch 160 meters from where the accident had occurred. The remarkable footage shows the drone finding the man due to his body heat, as he lies several feet off the main road where he had lost consciousness. A police officer is then seen walking towards the man, being directed by the drone pilot. When he finds him, he calls another officer.
So, what do you think of that? Whoa, not that.
Oh, not that. Well,
No.
I don't.
But what do you think of that?
That's very interesting. I've never seen a police officer wearing Chuck Taylors.
Well,
Is that what they're called?
I'm B-roll. I am now B-roll.
Yeah, you are now B-roll. Well,
Yeah.
Congratulations. I just want to be the first to.
Thank you. Thank you.
off.
You know, at first,
You've really grown.
when Eddie sent this to me, and thank you for alerting me to this.
Yeah,
when he first
yeah.
sent this to me, I'm like, sons of bitches took my I'm gonna copyright strike. I'm gonna get Barbara. Wait a minute. Whoa. Oh yeah, I gave them permission to do that.
You did?
Yeah, it was like 5 months ago. They said, "Hey, can we use a little clip from your video?" I'm like, "Meh, okay, sure." They didn't pay me for anything, but I totally forgot about it until a couple hours ago. But yeah, yeah. But
that's funny.
So it's not stolen. It's it's just them doing what I said they could do. So I didn't know how they were going to use it until Ed sent that to me. Thank you very much.
And you're a cop. That's so funny.
It would seem so. Well, maybe I have a cop car.
You do have a former police vehicle.
A former police, yeah. I will tell you that the viewer video of the week is another heartwarming video, and it actually.
So I have to act sad again.
You just be you. All right. Whatever fake emotions you can muster are greatly appreciated.
Yes.
But it actually started bringing actual, real, genuine tear to my eye.
Really?
When I thought about it. Yeah.
It's not about like hurting puppies or anything, is it?
No, those are
that. I can't.
No.
Right.
Good God, no! Where do you get this stuff? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man?
All right.
Holy hell, man! I need to rinse off. For just a second. Let's head into the Raz chamber.
This has been stressful.
It has been very, very, very stressful. We're heading in. Goodness. It's time for a little rinsage here as Jason will now recalibrate his emotions, make sure they're on track, and not mention kicking puppies anymore. You can do whatever you want to cats, but puppies, that's out of bounds, my friend. Yeah. Here we are in the purple and blue goo. It's a relaxing place where nothing goes wrong. No one has severe gas. You didn't stub your toe. All your bills are paid and everything is good in the world. There's only one rule and one rule only here in the Raz chamber. And what rule is that, sir?
Well, there's no farting in the Raz, right, Ken?
There will be no farting in the Raz, if you please. Now sit back and enjoy. Northside Hawk? Shame on you, Northside Hawk. What the hawk is wrong with you, Northside Hawk? Good Lord, didn't we just say? We just said, right?
That was the only rule.
I said there's one rule.
There was only one.
You said what it was, and it's almost as though he's mocking us. Anyway.
Can't imagine.
I know. It's nuts. So our friend Caroline sent me an email with a video, and the subject line was, "Trees really are dicks." If you want a Trees or Dicks shirt, you can get one. There's a link in the description. They're all the rage now. Let's see. Because you'll just be flying your drone along, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, a tree will grab it. Will grab your drone. Just $21.95. Link in the description. But Caroline says, "Hey Ken, just Sunday flight. Just posted a Sunday flight. It was the only time this road is dead quiet." And she wanted to go under a couple bridges, and then she found that trees are indeed a dicks. Enjoy. Did you see it?
I saw it. It reached out there.
It reached out and grabbed her drone.
Wow.
So she still has control of it. And now she's going to try to wiggle out of the tree. That dick tree won't let go.
Oh my
there it goes.
God.
Okay. All right. Oh, man.
Wow.
And it still flies. How about that?
How about that?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive that she was able to keep it going after all that. But yeah, trees
that's
are
pretty
dicks.
good. Yeah, your Mini 3 isn't going to have a trip like that and survive Thank you, Caroline Tyler, for sending that in. Again, if you want to send something in for next time, send your video here, kenheronupload@gmail.com. Send a link and not a big, huge honking file, okay? Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Here is Jason with another joke.
Well, it's really not a joke. This is just more of an observation. If you're the kind of guy and you're trying to find a suitor, maybe you're looking for a lady, forget about the Facebook Marketplace. All right.
Right. Yeah.
Instead, you should search for wedding dresses for. So forget about Tinder, and you should go to the Facebook Marketplace and search. Okay, let me start this again. I'm gonna. We've got. Can we get back in the goo for a minute?
Hold on.
I need more Raz. I gotta get back in the Raz.
Let's rewind the show.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna rewind.
All right, yeah.
We're gonna rewind the show. All right. Yeah. Tell us a joke, Jason.
Well, this isn't really a joke. This is more about a life observation. If you are a single guy and you are thinking about going on to Tinder, don't do it. Instead, go on to the Facebook Marketplace and search for wedding dresses. Not only will it show you recently divorced females, you'll also know what their size is. Yeah.
That's not a joke. That's actual practical advice.
It is. It's really good advice.
And here's something else I could tell you. If you're dating someone and you're thinking about getting serious, always meet the mother first. Or at least see a picture of the mother.
Mom. Yeah.
Because that's your date's future.
That's right.
That's terrible.
It is, but it's also true.
It is true. It's terrible.
Just because it's terrible doesn't mean it's not true.
But it is true, yes. So, how about a flying car?
There seem to be everybody's dream is to someday be in a flying car. I don't know. I can't imagine the rules of the road in this flying car world, but you hit me with it.
Now, real flying cars, I don't think they'll ever exist. Now that we have these VTOL drones, really, the car part is really unnecessary, isn't it? Really?
Well, yeah.
But they used to try to make planes out of cars, and then they started making cars out of planes, and there's just never a happy marriage with both.
Right.
Until now.
Ooh.
This is from James May from Top Gear's brother, apparently, Jason May. I think that's his real name. Ken, tired of the same old X-Wing? I got the solution for that. It only flies for 10 minutes on a full battery, but it corners and looks cool, so I guess I'll keep it dressed up. Here's the flying car, and it is vertical video, so look away if you're triggered easily. So he turned a Phantom into a Lambo.
Nice.
Should be a Lampham or a Fambo.
A Fantberghini.
A Fantberghini. A Fantberghini.
Yes.
A Fantberghini. Yes. Please, James May, use that. Fantberghini. Was that particularly funny, or am I just super tired and everything's funny?
I think super tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's everybody doing? We doing all right? Oh, great. We have 28 viewers. That's great. That's good. How about this? How about if I play the viewer video of the week?
All right, let's do it.
This is absolutely amazing, and it's what the hobby is all about. In fact, that's what he says. This is Paul from Guitars and Drones. Congratulations, sir. You were the viewer video of the week. Hey, Ken, you were putting out some awesome videos recently. This is what FPV is about, giving back. Lane is a good friend who developed Parkinson's and is now reliant on a caregiver and a wheelchair. He cheered up this day after I visited and took him for a ride along at his home. Regards, Paul. So enjoy this viewer video of the week.
Can you see it, Lane?
Can you see?
Can you see it?
Can see the aircraft. Can you see the picture on the screen? Oh yeah.
That's what it said. Can you see the picture on the screen?
Oh yeah. You still got the goggles on?
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? Makes you feel sick.
Watching it, yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to do anything really silly. I know where the house is now. That's good. I have to get back in. So it's a bit tricky though without in that pool. It's pretty cool, isn't it? What do you think, Lane?
This is amazing. I can really understand why guys like this. Why they like the.
It's very, very hard to learn.
Oh, the one in the front? Yeah.
What's the hardest thing to learn?
Flying and stuff.
The controls, yeah. They're really sensitive.
It's hard to fly when you start in the ground. Right, I've got to bring it into land now, yeah?
You brought yellow cow with you. Oh, that's nice.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, that was bad. That was bad.
The only thing that I know.
That was really nice.
Yeah. You know, like they say,
Now, they didn't have anything in place when they were down. Train never seen
Isn't that wonderful?
That is cool.
Anytime you can share your love of flying with anyone who's never seen it before, or especially someone who might be disabled and can't get around, if they can just start flying around, and it's magic. Right. I remember when I was a kid, and I'll share something actually real and personal. This was when I was 6, 7 years old, like the 70s. I had a recurring dream where if I grabbed a piece of chalk, like sidewalk chalk, I could fly. Just by grabbing the chalk, and then I could fly. And it actually felt, now that I remember, it felt like FPV. Where you can just go and because if humans could fly, that's the way they would fly. You wouldn't, like a boring plane, you wouldn't just go up and get to the next town,
Right.
Yeah. You would want to go through the trees and all these little. I'm just kidding, Jason. Flying is flying. Even boring man pilot stuff is flying.
Even old boring old airplanes.
All that. But FPV in particular, what a gift if you can share it with others.
Especially people who with mobility issues, and or just young people with the dream of looking into a different world. I just, that's cool.
It is. It's magic. It's freaking magic. We're living in the future.
We are living in the future.
Thanks, technology. Absolutely. I put the goggles on as many people as I can.
By the way, I went to govdeals.com. I don't see those helicopters for sale yet. I was.
Oh, you're going to buy the helicopters that they're giving up?
I was hoping. Anyway, they're not there yet.
Okay.
Hamilton County, I'm waiting.
All right. Awesome. Well, thanks, everybody, for hanging out this Thursday. We'll be back in a couple weeks. Hope you had fun. Am I missing anything? Did I forget anything?
No.
It feels like I did.
I did have one more joke.
Joke? By all means, let's hear this show-ending joke.
What do you call a ghost's behind?
I don't know. What do you call a ghost's behind?
A booty.
Let me thank a couple of people for their super chats before we go. Ken Torbeck, thank you very much for the $2. He said it's better to be B-roll instead of a hole. Very true, Ken. Very true. And 1999 from Elliot Torgensen. Your water tower inspection video is what got me into your channel, and I've been watching since. Well, thank you. I think that's my most viewed video.
Is that the one that was with with water was coming out of it?
Yeah, some redneck shot it with 50 caliber, and it was peeing. So thank you.
Look at that water tower there. Hey,
look at that thing. I'll tell you what, may not look like a good target. Oh my goodness. Well, that's it. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Appreciate it.
We hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
So, yes, I've just been asked. I'll be hanging out in Discord for a little bit. Jason, you know about Discord? You want to come hang out?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. All right. I'll tell him what it is, and we'll try to get him in there.
Is it about Discord right here?
No, it's not Discord. It's Discord.
Oh.
Anyway, thanks, everybody. Thank you very much for co-hosting.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I'll see you in like 2.5 hours for the morning show on WJLI, Rock 98.3, Paducah, Kentucky. If you want some more of this, and I don't know why you would, but it'll be without pictures, which will be twice as good.
That's quite a bit better,
Yeah. Thank you, Whitney Westerfield, Senator Whitney Westerfield, for giving me access to the state capitol. The video I'm going to post tomorrow is going to be just fantastic. Thank you, Jeff Sills, for the wonderful drunken news, and everybody for supporting this channel like you have been forever. It really allows me to bring you the quality entertainment that you know me for. Until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing.
And bye.
As it.
enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, the killer could process meat. Enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, and you give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them grow. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, a killer could process meat. Yeah. That was so funny.
You'll enjoy Thursday Night Live with Ken Heron and Kelly, Jeff and Beauchamp too. There'll be fun and quizzes and Kelly's misses. The bird is the word in the news. It's the #1 live stream, it's got pizzazz. There's only one rule, don't fart in the rats. If you think it's funny, super chat some money, 'cause TNL is here for you. Yeah!